It's the Community Ties Program with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
We're at 11:10 time, like we do each and every weekday. We sit down with a member from the community, talk about an organization or an event. Very happy to welcome on the Darke County Commissioners as Commissioner Mike Rhodes, Commissioner Mike Stiegel in the studios with me this morning, and unfortunately Commissioner Diane Delplane out of town.
Yes.
But gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by, and here we are, middle of June, and it feels like September.
Yes. Very nice.
Not too bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Let's just hope it's like this for the fair.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe the next time we're going to be talking with you guys
at the fair.
is going to be at the fair, which will be that first Friday of the fair.
And if I'm not mistaken, before we went on air, I think you promised us, some fair food.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got it.
Well, I won't be here, so you got to wait till I get back.
Oh, you're not going to.
No, don't worry about that. Just worry about the fair.
I'm actually going to be.
Commissioner Stiegel's focused on his corn dog. He's really interested in that elephant ear. All right, should we get to business?
Yes, we better.
These questions, they were sent in to us, dcc975 at WTGR.com. And first one up comes from Gary in Ansonia. And Gary says, I know at the beginning of the month, the commissioners were presented the 2015 general fund budget. What were the numbers and how are things shaping up for 2015?
All right, Gary, good question. Actually, the budget is a forecast of what all the office holders and departments are looking to possibly have money to spend for 2015. The budget numbers, that's just a projection. At the end of the year, you'll hear us talk about appropriations, and that's when we wrap everything up, determine how much money we've got left over from this year, say 14, that we'll have to go into 15, and what we're projecting in sales tax and what we've got coming. The actual number that was estimated for what we hope to have to use for next year was $16,882,522. Now, out of that, that is everything. That is courts, that is everybody that we look over for the whole general fund. So that's a lot of money to talk there. As for this next part of the question, we're shaping up good. Sales tax is coming in tick better than what we projected it to be, but we always do it conservative. If we think we're going to get $10, we may only budget $5. So it's coming in. We're doing good. The local government keeps going down, and that was the thing that we brought to our attention. Sales tax right now is about $872,000 above. Or what's what we're estimating we're going to bring in versus what we brought in 2010 and 11 back in. But at the same time, our local government, when I became a commissioner 14 years ago, we were over $1 million we got from local government to state.
Wow.
Now we're down to $300,000.
My, oh my.
So that's a big hit. And it's just going down progressively. So projections are looking good. Everybody's doing fine. I just looked before we came in here. Because we're halfway through the year, and everybody's looking good.
This might be a question for the auditor, Carol Ginn, but how do you sort of come up with these numbers?
It's not so much Carol as she's a part of the team, but we commissioners sit back and we look at all the different lines. We see what they've got. We know what they're bringing in, and then we work with her. She puts the numbers on paper and adds them all up for us, and that's where it comes back. She presented them after we go through everybody's lines.
But what's fortunate for us is that everybody that we have right now in all of our departments, they're very fiscally conservative. So unless they really, really need it, they're not going to, they're not going to say, well, I want a new car for this, unless it absolutely is necessary.
We got.
So we're pretty lucky about that.
We got Scott Zumbrink, treasurer. He's projecting out what he's going to get for revenue coming in on interest, which everybody knows is not too darn much. For example, it's hard to see. The sheriff just came in the other day. All our communication out there, we've been put on notice at the end of this year will not be serviceable anymore. So now we got to do an update. And everybody knows how that is with your laptop computers or cell phones. There's a constant update, and after so long, these service companies quit servicing it. So we got to keep moving forward. That was not projected for this year's budget or appropriations. So you got to. We may have a little bit back, but that little bit doesn't last very long.
No,
right?
But what people got to remember too is that we're all very conservative. So if we think we're going to get in $100, if we think we're going to get in, or the projection is 100, we figure 75. That's just the way it's been done, and I think that's why Darke County has come through what we've come through the last couple of years in much better shape than a lot of counties.
All right, well, Gary, we appreciate the question. Gary from Ansonia. We moved to Lisa in Greenville. Lisa says, I heard there will be a crackdown on food stamp fraud in the county. How's that going to work?
Good question, Lisa. Actually, it's not just food stamp fraud. It's actually welfare fraud in general. We've just really started getting into this. We're not really 100% sure how it's going to work. We're looking at, having, it's going to be through Jobs and Family Services, and it's going to be through the Job Center, and I'm not sure how it all is going to work, because like I said, this is just very, very preliminary, but we are going to work on mostly general welfare fraud and all, just like some other counties are doing. So
We just put in session there this past, Wednesday was it, that we did a memorandum understanding that they're contracting with the Sheriff's Department to have the law enforcement on it, so they got the authority to do what they got to do.
We've just developed an investigative unit. I mean, it's just barely got up and running. So
Early stages.
Very early.
Very
yeah.
early.
I will say this. It was very interesting the other day at the commissioners' meeting with Jobs and Family Services, Gracie Ratliff, and just her thoughts and sort of what her group is dealing with and some of the complaints that they've heard. And what I was surprised by most was the amount of complaints.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Anytime you have a government program like this, where you're giving somebody something, there is always a chance of fraud in any government program like that, because for one thing, it's so big and unwieldy, and you just can't monitor millions and millions and millions of people. It's hard to do. So you have to be vigilant at the lower levels.
And
that's what we're going to try
if
to
you
do.
know or you suspect something, you call out to Job and Family Services and tell them, no name needed or nothing like that, and they can investigate it. So
As we look forward to more from that development.
Yeah, as soon as they get up and running, which I don't know when that's going to be.
And then it was also sort of fascinating the fact that there's a relation, or it seemed like in some of the complaints that were received, that drugs are sort of an equation.
Drugs
to
are
this
driving
conflict.
everything.
they're taking their food stamps, selling them, taking the money from, instead of feeding their family and themselves, selling the food stamps to supply their habits.
Talking with the Darke County Commissioners today on the Community Ties program. We're going to take a short break. We got a couple more questions to ask them. As again, you can send in questions, dcc975 at WTGR.com, as it's a Friday edition of Community Ties right here on Tiger Country.
The Community Ties program continues with Alex Micus on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
All right, 11:20 is the time back here on Community Ties. We're sitting down and talking with two of the three Darke County Commissioners, as Commissioner Mike Stiegel, Commissioner Mike Rhodes joining us on the show. And unfortunately, Commissioner Diane Delaplane out of town, but we hope she's enjoying herself as visiting the Midwest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But we got a couple more questions to ask the commissioners, and we're going to start with Mark in Greenville here in our second segment. What is the purpose, and is there a goal for the new website?
The website has two purposes. Number one is better communication for everybody. And the second purpose is to get us out there. The goal is to have everybody that's on the internet, they can look up, see what's going on in Darke County or whatever. And the reason that's important is because nowadays, especially in the economic community, if you're a site selector for a company, you don't get on a plane anymore right away and start looking for sites to build your new factory. First thing you do is you get on the internet and you start looking for places where you might want to go. If our website, along with the economic developments and hometown opportunity and everything we can do to bring them all together here, looks good and interesting and has all the information these people are going to need and links to the places they need, it gives us a better shot of drawing in new and more business. So the purpose is not only to attract people in that, but it's also to inform them about what we have here and what's going on here. Our older website was not very good and it wasn't very well kept, and we decided last year that we needed an upgrade. Everybody's going to newer websites, fancier. We got very fortunate. A company from up in the east called Rochester, New York, CGI. They informed us last year that we had, of all the states in the nation, there was 2 counties that were picked to have a free video done of your county, and so we were one of the lucky ones because of what we've been doing. And they gave us 3 great videos on there. I invite everybody to go and look at these videos. One of them's on economic development. One of them's on, let's see, I forget
real
their
estate,
accent. Real estate,
manufacturing,
and all that kind of stuff. What's around here, and all the attractions and all that. And they're really nice videos.
What was fortunate is they allowed us to use that
on our website. So that was really very fortunate.
And what's the website?
MyDarkeCountyOhio.com.
Okay, MyDarkeCountyOhio.com.
And up in the corner, there's a little thing that says Why Darke County. You can click on that, and it'll give a little thing why you should come here, what we've got here. It's really a nice website. It's got pictures that change every 3 seconds at the top, showing you different aspects of Darke County. And Clint Randall helped us design it, and he did a really nice job for us.
Oh, cool. So not just from CGI, but also from Clint, you kind of merged the two together?
Clint kind of merged everything together with us. He was very helpful, did a real nice job for us. I myself am very proud of the website. I think it looks really good. And I think people of Darke County should be proud of it. And we're going to have, it also links in with Facebook and Twitter. Whenever we have, we can put on there like what we're doing this week or what's coming up this week. That'll also link right to our Facebook page. So it's really up to date and modern. I know some of us old folks, like, we're not really into all the electronic stuff, but that's the way the world's going. So we better get into it,
Now, for instance, how long are these videos?
About a minute and a half.
Oh, so they're
just little short vignettes, pieces. But they really draw your interest to what's there.
They show our schools, they show the residential areas, they show a lot of the manufacturing and all that. It's got Main Street, Greenville's right in the middle of it, and it's good that we're putting ourselves out there to be seen by the rest of the world.
And it's very positive. Very, very positive.
Cool. I'm going to have to check that out.
MyDarkeCountyOhio.com.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks, Mark, for that question. And we continue and head north. Linda in North Star, what's your favorite candy, and will you pass it out at the North Star picnic?
Wow.
There isn't any candy that I don't like.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'll eat it all.
If it says candy, I like it.
Yeah, and we will be passing out to North Star. We got 40 or 50 pound of candy that Scott Zoombrink got
40 or 50?
It's 40 plus, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, that's not that much. Really, when you got that parade route and all the kids up there. And
we run out before we get done.
And when you see Mike stuffing his hand in there pulling something out, yeah, it's not that much.
I go after them Tootsie Rolls. I want that chocolate.
And you're going to eat about 20 pounds of it, right?
Yeah. This is really the only parade that we do the candy on.
Because it's a parade. It's a candy parade.
That's what it's been. It's always has been.
It is.
But we get some kids will yell at us at the other parades, but it gets expensive. That's coming out of our own pocket. It's not county general fund. This is our own pockets. And all the elected officials, we pay our share of it. And
a lot of the parades anymore, they won't let us do candy because they don't. The kids running out in the street.
We actually have to have people walking alongside. We used to be able to throw it off the float, but we can't. We have to have Scott's daughter and niece are helping them. My grandkids will help some too to run along and hand the candy out. We can't throw it anymore.
So that's really a good idea.
But there's no candy I don't like.
So
Linda,
hey,
find me at the North Star Parade. Give me some.
Hey, there's absolutely no rule written anywhere because I've looked that people can't throw candy at us.
Oh, boy. Jeez, oh, Pete.
And if you're going to throw candy, wow. I like, Snickers bars, Nutrageous, I'm just saying.
There you go. All right. If I could say one thing, keep the candy for yourself.
Thanks, Alex.
Grab a bag and just keep it in there. Guys, always great talking to you. Before I let you go, anything else you'd like to throw out there? Yeah, I know. You're busy I'm surprised you came this morning.
Well, I've been getting phone calls all morning. We are having our state plowing contest up on Olding Road in Mercer County. If you go up 127, you'll see signs pointing to go down Olding Road. The guys are up there now. We have 66 individuals plowing. That is Mercer, Auglaize, Shelby, Darke, Van Wert, and Allen County is what we got right now coming in. Out of them 66, 30 plus are from Darke County.
Wow.
Out of them 30 plus out of Darke County, 17 of them are juniors, young people. Out of them 17, 7 are young ladies plowing. And I've been helping these girls and guys, all these young kids. I love kids, and I've been helping them this whole week. I haven't got to bed before 11 o'clock every night. We're out there plowing in the dark, but these kids are eating this stuff up, and that's more than we'll have international.
That's great. That's wonderful stuff. And
it starts tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
You got a couple different divisions.
Yeah, we have junior divisions and senior divisions, small plow, antique plows, and then general open plow. So,
And I encourage people to go up and watch that because it's really kind of cool. It was neat last year.
yeah, we had
Mike was
national-
out there plowing. We had one of the people from
Governor's
Sandra
office.
Brayson from the governor's office came out. She came out in overalls, the whole works, man. She was
Oh,
real,
wow.
She really got into it. She got up on tractors. This is really great. I love it. Being a
Now
city
it's about as exciting to watch as paint drying on the wall, but it's an art that we're trying to keep alive.
But the people are great. I know
yeah.
I've been out there before in the past, and everybody's extremely friendly.
Yep.
And you show up, and they'll show you what's going on.
Yep,
Yes.
and it's a lot of fun. And don't forget the North Star Parade. We'll see everybody there Sunday, hopefully, and North Star's
And Linda, bring
festivities all
candy.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy.
You're not throwing at us, you know.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot for coming
Thank
on. the
you.
show.
Thanks, crowd.
Have a good weekend.
That's going to do it for Community Ties on this Friday. We'll be back on Monday as we're going to be talking with Diane Bargy from OSU Extension. Also on the show next week, Annie Oakley Committee, the gathering at Garce, Mayor Mike Bowers. Community Ties gets underway just after your 11 o'clock news each and every weekday. Up next, your Midday Farm Show.